Dear viewers, this is Nazrul Haq welcoming you to my new weekly show, Friday Night Real Talk. Please find us as www.channeltt.tv 24/7. And you also can watch us in Channel TT on US-based TV network called Roku TV. Just to type Channel TT from any smart TV. You also can watch us in social media. Log in facebook.com/CTTUSA/ also youtube.com/CTTUSA/. Today we have a great show. We like to talk about our New York City's school reopening situation, which that New York City's mayor facing a triangle challenge. And we like to discuss about this. And in the beginning of the show, I also like to share my condolences and respect for all the 9/11 victims. We also have a 9/11 memorial event going on in the Bronx, which as every other years, and we as a Bronx community, we show our sympathy. Now, to discuss today's school reopening issue, I have a very great panel here in the studio with present here. In my right, we have Mr. Professor Sheikh Al Mamun. He's the CEO of Mamun Tutorial, and he's a high school teacher of Yonkers City. Please welcome Sheikh Al Mamun. Also in further right, I have Mr. Fazlur Rahman Chaudhary. He's also a middle school teacher in New York City. Please welcome Mr. Fazlur Rahman Chaudhary to our show.
Yes.
Gentlemen.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, again, if you want to connect us also, you can do with Twitter and LinkedIn in Channel TT. You just type channeltt.com. To be brief, as you know, that New York City was once a center of the pandemic, and from that we have come out, and now this is the 10th largest city school district of nationwide of New York trying to reopen, and our mayor and governor launching a multiple plan, while the student and all the concerned citizens are very optimistic and same time worried. Teacher union have a lot of concern, and mayor have been trying again and again, and we still are everything are really in a high risk, even though there is a date changing again and again. There is an upcoming date coming, but we don't know what is really going to happen with the future of the school district. So without further delay, I like to welcome Sheikh Al Mamun. He is highly involved not only in the high school. Through his tutorial, he has so many different level of high school student and parents, that what is really is the biggest challenge here right now. I want to like to know that what is that mayor trying to do? What is the mayor plan, and do you justify it?
Thank you, Nazrul Haq, for your brief introduction and well description about the current situation. Well, as you mentioned, আপনি যখন বলছেন যে New York City is one of the 10th largest school district, and rest of the school district, the largest school district decided to go to online. And New York City is one of the largest school districts decide to go to online and hybrid. So to go to hybrid, two of the times, as you know, like 2 দিন সপ্তাহে তাদেরকে স্কুলে যেতে হবে, কিন্তু but are we safe to make it more effective and safe place for our kids, for our children, for our family, for our teachers? There are 3 parties involved here: the kids, the parents, the teachers union, and definitely our politician, our mayors, and our governor. So আমরা যদি এখন the infection rate is really, so far it is now 1.0 to 1.1, but mayor said if it goes above 3%, they're going to shut down. Or if they find 3% are infected in any school building, they will also go for 2 weeks of quarantine, and they will decide it. But they should listen to the CDC, they should listen to the expert, and come up with a really proper plan where they should be safe and effective. Like আমি যে স্কুলে পড়াই এখন, আমি অ্যাঙ্কার্স স্কুল ডিস্ট্রিক্টে পড়াই, আমাদের উই ডিসাইডেড টু গো অনলাইন আনটিল অক্টোবর। আমরা একটা মাস আমরা এক্সপেরিমেন্টালভাবে যেতে চাচ্ছি, বাট এভরি টাইম উই গো উই ফিল আউট দ্য ফর্ম দ্যাট উই আর নট কোভিডলি ইনফেক্টেড, উই আর টেস্টিং এভরি টাইম। When we are going through the door, they're testing, they're checking our temperature. We have the hand sanitizer everywhere. So, and we have to wear the mask. Now, the question is, wearing mask is one of the very important things, but when the kids going to come back to the school, do you think we could strictly implement this face masking? If we cannot do this, it's definitely is going to spread, because we know some part of the Brooklyn already is spread, like it's more than 3%, Sunset Park. And some part, when the teacher went for training this week, আপনারা হয়তো নিউজে দেখছেন, in some school it went up really high. A lot of the teachers already get infected. So we really don't know. We are really concerned, and I don't know. We are really looking for some really big trouble in the coming future.
Do you really think that the mayor plan is not a safety enough, or in order to make it 100% safety, what you really propose or hope that he should do?
Well, to maintain the 6 feet distance according to the CDC, you could accommodate 10 kids. That's kind of doable. But think about the ventilation. I shouldn't say none of these schools. There are majority of the schools in New York City have a huge problem with the ventilation. So if you don't have enough air circulation, if one person asymptomatic, like they're normal person, they could still carry the virus, and it could spread the whole building, and the whole building could be shut down. And if one building goes down, it's going to go to the next building, and it's going to exponentially grow this infection throughout the city. And it's
what
going to put
about
us
this plan that he was proposing, like outdoor class? Is that option anymore?
Well, very good question. Outdoor question. Think about like one of the biggest school, Stuyvesant. The kids are really protesting in the Stuyvesant, other biggest school. They have 4,000 plus students, plus 500 faculty and other, staff, like cleaning staff, the dining, like there's so many people. So if you even bring 50% of this 4,000+ people, it's not effective. They cannot really manage it. And it's going to be really quite impossible to put the face mask on the kids. So because আমরা previously দেখছি অনেক স্কুল ওপেন করছে অনেক বড় বড় সিটিতে, সেখানে কিন্তু when they start going from one room to another room in the hallway, there is no mask, and the COVID, the virus spreads very quickly, and they're forced to shut down the school system.
ঠিক আছে, আমি আপনার কাছে আবার আসবো, কিন্তু আমি একটু আমাদের ফজলুর রহমান চৌধুরী আপনাকে একটু জিজ্ঞেস করতে চাবো। আপনি তো বহুদিন থেকে মিডল স্কুল টিচার, পাশাপাশি আপনি টিচার ইউনিয়নের সাথে জড়িত, আপনি একজন টিচার ইউনিয়নের মেম্বার। আপনাদের টিচার ইউনিয়ন, আমরা দেখলাম নিউজে ওনারা মেয়রকে চ্যালেঞ্জ করে বলেছেন ধর্মঘট করবেন, এবং কোনো অবস্থাতেই ওনারা স্কুল রিওপেন এই মুহূর্তে মেনে নিচ্ছেন না, ইভেন সেপ্টেম্বর 11 হোক আর 21 হোক। সেটার মূল কারণটা কি?
I think it is the main concern, the safety from the coronavirus. It may be infected. They are not making situation complete safety. This is the crowding appears in the hallway. When they go to the one room to another room, their students don't maintain the rules, regulation. There's the crowding they push each other, and also when we go to the cafeteria, they make problem also in the hallway stair. So all the schools are not properly maintain the hallway regulation. This is the problem. It is the communicated the virus to the one to another. These are the rules, regulation in the hallway unable to control.
But I also see in the news that some teachers are worrying about it, and they're disagreeing with the union position, because some teachers are afraid if you continue keep closing the school like this, maybe eventually they lose their job, and some teachers don't want to come back, whatever reason. But union is not really look after or not agreeing with this teachers. What do you want to say? What side you are?
Because this is not involved in the one person. There are the 3 or 4 parents teachers and administration and political leaders. They consider all of the situation and
Now
decide.
talk about your union position. Union make their position. They don't care about parents. They don't care about politicians.
No.
They're kind of taking their position regardless who wants what. That's what the president, the way he's
No,
saying.
my side is that we have to decide we see the also student side and also the guardian side, also teacher safety. We consider all of this and also administration. There is a governor in the chancellor. All are decided. Those students want to go to the remote. Those teachers will go to the remote learning. They apply and go to the remote learning. Many guardians don't want to give the student to the school, and many want to go. They decide according to the student and parents' desire. All are not benefited from the also school go, and also there are categories of the student. Also parents. Those parents are interested, take the care in the home, their life effort, because we say, look after my student, especially in Asian parents, what he read, what he know, they look after in home. My student done my son done the homework, not if they done all of the, maintain the, comply the homework and direction to the teachers, they more or less the good.
You just said that a lot of parents don't want to go to school, they want remote learning. But according to Mayor Bill Blasio, his own survey, he released a statement saying 74% public school student, which is more than 700,000, want to go to school. They cannot wait to go to school. Only 26% parents or students say they want to stay home. Do you think he's making it up? Is not true?
No, I may not go to the survey, but my idea, suppose my grandson, I don't go to the for December.
No, I'm saying
after taking him from the December, you stay home and look after him. We are look after him, what he done.
No, I know. There's just some other people also criticize Mayor's survey, but I just want to know maybe. So
life is more secure than study.
I know, but if this is the case, we have to do. So talking about staying home, I want to come back to Sheikh Al Mamoon. Please, can you give us some thought that what is the difference between the remote study or what is, and personal engaged study? How that affect the education standard and education quality in the long term?
Thank you, Nazrul Haq. So first of all, as of now, there's almost, I disagree with Mayor, 37% of the parents decided not to send their kids to the school. So, and we have almost 75,000 teachers among 1.1 million students. So teachers, and in New York City, apni janen hoyto the teachers who are above 60, they have right to stay home and teach from home. So the city already approved that, and they're going to have a shortage of teachers in the public places. But I'm not going to go there. Your question is, what's the difference between the learning physically and learning in remote? So there's a huge difference. I completely agree with the mayor that physical learning is, I mean, hybrid learning or learning at home is not parallel to the real physical learning. I mean, the kids enjoy, kids see their friends. They're very serious. The teacher could see what he or she is doing in the class, what kind of note he understanding or not, clarify the understanding. Also, there are more accountability. But when you go to the online, I'm teaching online for the last whole week. So yes, all my kids are signing in, logging into the class through the Microsoft Teams we are implementing in our school system, along with the Google Classroom. But the problem is, I'm teaching, I'm live lecturing, I'm asking please write it down, but I don't know like if they're writing it down. Maybe in math we have a little bit more advantage. After I teach the concept, I'm assigning certain problem online, we have a software, and the kids are completing them, and we could see how much time they're spending to solve each problem, how many they get right, how many get the wrong. Whatever they're getting wrong, I'm actually going to explain. But I don't know, I'm not sure about how are you going to work with the kids who are immigrant, who are the low income, or who doesn't have the electronic devices, who doesn't have the internet? Especially the immigrant jara, তাদের জন্য is going to be really, really difficult. We need to read with them. Somebody needs to read, explain the meaning of the vocabulary, or you have to bring their native language translation for this Spanish or Bengali speaking kids. So with the physical learning, it is more effective. There is no doubt of this. But at the same time, we need to keep in mind that we cannot compromise the safety of our kids and our family members or elders. If we do that, it could create more disaster than what we are expecting through the live classroom session.
But if you look at it like as Alexander Ocasio bring it up, that if it's a indoor dining is okay, I mean school is the only place we gathering. There is many other gathering happen already now. The government allow the worship place, the church, mosques. There is a gathering there. Also, there is other indoor facility was happening, and maybe some park. Of course, we see people doing there. But some are critics saying that look like we focusing little too much on his school and safety issue when it comes, but same time we're doing same people doing other thing in their daily life, which is not so much they worrying about the safety issue, because school is not only part of the life. It's only maybe 6 hours of the day or 5 hours of the day. You worry about so much safety, but the rest of the hour, the same people, same parents, same the teachers, they're doing other stuff. And obviously, like what I mean by they go to beach, they go to park, they go to they go to the dining, indoor dining, wedding, and kind of like it's double standard, don't you think?
Well, if you talk about like the wedding, the wedding that took place in the Jewish community in Sunset Park, that really created a huge problem, that, and it's sparked the whole neighborhood, whole community, and the mayor is also really concerned. So a lot of times getting together with large number of people is not safe according to the CDC, according to the expert. It's not my statement, your statement. So restaurant is still closed. I mean, restaurant is going to be open from October according to the governor with the 25% capacity. And they're saying 25% capacity means it's not how many desks you're going to put there. According to the city standard, the city whatever number of table they approve in your facility, 25% of that number. So we are not there yet. And CDC অবশ্যই বলছে আপনারা জানেন যে outdoor is way different than indoor, because indoor, if you don't have the proper ventilation and air circulation, if one person is there and a lot of other people are breathing in and out with that same person, is going to be more contagious and more people is going to be infected. So it's not a double standard for the indoor. For outdoor is completely different. You're going to shopping, you're going quickly for 10-15 minutes, you're putting the mask on and you're coming out. But here, think about a kid is going to stay in the school for 6, 7, 8 hours, going to play together, going to have dinner, lunch together, going to, there's so many interactions. So if we cannot control those kind of interactions, it could create a big problem. So the thing, as you see, we lost 190,000 people in the United States, because if you would safely stop this migration from the other countries, maybe we could have been saved this thing. We could have been avoid this huge disaster like in Germany, right? They had 80 million people, they lost only 10,000 lives. I'm not saying the 10,000 life is a small number, but we lost proportionally a huge number of lives comparing to any developed world. So we should be concerned. I mean, it's not a double standard to me.
Thank you for clearing that out. I mean, I hope so. It's not a double standard, because I know, but there's been talking out there. Dear viewers, as you watching us, this is our new show, Friday Night Real Talk. We're going to try to broadcast this every Friday at 9 o'clock. This is our first show. We still not properly ready for everything. So we're looking forward to present you a great show for coming days. And this show was brought you by Senior Multi-Service Inc. As you know, in Senior Multi-Service Inc. is very working in the community for last 3 years, helping our seniors from A to Z, everything any seniors need, from home care to travel to anything. They help you out, so don't forget to call them and find them in the community. It is your one-stop service to seniors. And thank you for watching us continue. I like to go back to Fazlur Rahman Chaudhary. As a teacher, I mean, our community, lot of teacher, আমাদের বাঙালি পিতামাতা নিউ ইমিগ্রেন্ট যারা আছেন অনেকেই কনফিউজ, তারা আসলে ঠিক জানেন না। তারা তো আমাদের আজকের আলোচনার বিষয়টি অনেক সময় জানেন না। স্কুল কেন বন্ধ, কবে খুলবে বা খোলা উচিত কি খোলা উচিত না, তারা জানেন না। তাদের উদ্দেশ্যে আপনি কি বলবেন, কি অ্যাডভাইস দিবেন যে যারা অতটুকু সচেতন না, মানে তারা কি ডিসিশন নেওয়া উচিত? তারা যদি স্কুল থেকে প্রপোজাল আসে বা যদি নভেম্বরের 20 তারিখে স্কুল খুলে, আপনি তাদেরকে কি অ্যাডভাইস করবেন? তারা কি বাচ্চাদের স্কুলে পাঠাবেন না পাঠাবেন?
সেপ্টেম্বরের 20 তারিখে।
সেপ্টেম্বরের 20 তারিখে।
সেপ্টেম্বরের 20 তারিখে এটা ডিফেন্স করতেছে সিচুয়েশনের উপরে। স্কুলে গিয়ে তো বলেছে যদি ইনফেক্টেড হয়ে যায়, ইট ইজ ট্রায়াল, ওপেনিং এজ এ ট্রায়াল। The mayor or governor, the authorities said this is for a trial. If infection is started, we close it, and if we find a suitable situation, we will continue it. It depends on the situation of the city.
So do you advise the Bengali parents, our community parents, not Bengali parents, our community parents who have a lack of information, what advice you have for them? Send it or don't send it?
No, I advise them to send it.
Okay.
It is not problem for us, only one person, for the community. When community feels a problem, we shall close this, authority will close it. And this pandemic, this was not come one time. It was a long history. Before there's a cholera, fox, it is mosquito bites, malaria. Long time, we faced many pandemic, and in the ancient time, in the flag, in the time of the Prophet Muhammad, and the Khalifa Umar, there was in flag in Syria. Though Hazrat Umar write a letter to the Abu Ubaidah, they come to me, but he refused. The Rasul said, if there is a pandemic in a place, you cannot move from there, and those who are outside from the place, don't go enter there. So Abu Ubaidah radiallahu anhu, he obeyed the hadith of Rasul, and Hazrat Umar take the quarantine. He no enter to this place, and he stay outside of the Syria. This is the pandemic not from the Finundians. It is come from the punishment from the God. I think that when the people become wrong thing, doing more and more, I give them to come back to the humanity. Take humanity back. Don't torture the poor, innocent peoples. You see in the world, strong power, those strong power, like in Bangladesh, Burma, he push out the millions people from his country, but they born there. There is no situation. They are living. There are many things in Afghanistan.
Thank you.
Many places are torturing the strong power.
Talking about the pandemic, I wanted to switch it a little bit, and I want to come back to Sheikh Al Mamun. Where are we standing as far as the pandemic? I mean, we have a 1% infection rate. We have the biggest heat in the world. We hear and we're talking about second wave. We've been talking about second wave for a long time. And if you go back, we've been seeing so much discrepancy between our CDC, Chief Dr. Fauci, and our President Donald Trump. They never been agreed. So many things happening, and now everybody talking about second wave. What do you think about it? We at the end of the season changed. What is your thought?
Well, first of all, thank you. Again, there is according to the CDC and all the experts, there is always, according to the 1918 Spanish flu, we saw there's a second wave. So, and the problem is going to be when the flu season starts. I mean, I'm going to have something coming out from my nose. I get a fever. I get a headache. So how do I know that I have a COVID or I have a regular flu? So that's going to send a huge panic to the community, to the school. Or somebody has a fever, somebody's absent, oh, he had a fever or he had a flu, so they don't know yet. So that might create a huge chaos into the system that might force the school system to shut down until and unless they have an effective way to figure it out if that individual has COVID or flu
So
within 24 hours.
Even though there is no second wave, if you have a regular normal flu, and that can trigger a panic.
Exactly.
And that's really a bad situation.
Sorry. Yeah, so that's, and also we don't have any, like according to our President Trump, he's been consistently like, he's fabricating, he's hiding the information, and he knew things happened in February. He knew that the COVID is coming in February, middle February, but he did not do anything until middle of March. We already lost 1 month, very important 1 month. And he's again saying that we're going to have a vaccine by the end of October. And Fauci says it's impossible to have, we don't have any, we didn't even complete the third trial. And you know that AstraZeneca shut down their process because somebody has been, badly, they have neurological problem or some other problem, they stop their process, that. So until and unless we have effective immunization, effective way to tackle this upcoming flu and COVID, I think we should really be careful. Since especially New York City is a huge, large community, is very densely populated community, and we have a lot of older people live with us, our grandparents, our elders live with us, so we don't like to put them at risk. I mean, since we survived the last 5-6 months, I think we could sustain another 3-4 months. Let's see what happens if we have some effective immunization thing coming out by November or December, and if it work out, then we could go back to school in the normal process from the January. I mean, I know the online learning is not really effective. The physical learning is definitely way better, but we'll survive. Our parents need to be involved, our teacher needs to be more serious, and the kids will learn, not maybe 100%, but some percentage.
I know. Do you find any connection between, I know we always comes politics with everything. Do you find any connection between upcoming election have anything to do with
Absolutely.
pushing the or reopening school or not reopening school? Some said some don't want to reopen to some look bad in someone, and some want to reopen to look good. Same thing play with the vaccination. We're having a lot of fake news about vaccination. But I want to know your thought about connection of school reopening with any political blame game.
Absolutely, absolutely. There's no doubt. But I want to give the credit, American government, they spend so much money to find effective way to cure this disease and find some solution. There is no doubt. We're spending so much money. There's at least 200 companies are on the trial to find the solution, and there's at least 9 companies. They're aggressively trying to figure it out. So hopefully we'll find something, some immunization by November, December, or early January in 2021. But the thing is, the election is in November. This is the election year, and definitely because the whole country is blaming Trump for our highest number of deaths into the developed country. Is unparalleled. Not even the developed country lost so many lives that the United States lost. It's a complete failure to the Trump administration, and people are really talking about this, and he knows that if he could find something before November election, he could really open his big mouth and keep spreading and just making huge noise, and maybe he could get some extra vote to get reelected. So it's definitely a political point for him, but I don't think our scientific community is not going to take his political push. They should do what they're supposed to do, what there has been systematical trial and error at least 3 times, that. And until that point, they should not inject some kind of vaccine that's not going to bring at least 60% effectiveness. If it's below 60%, then it's not really, we're not going for the herd immunity. And in case, God forbid, if somebody get...
You don't believe New York City, we have some level of herd immunity already?
Oh, that's
because a lot of people are living careless, and infection rate is still low.
Well, to get the herd immunity, I don't know exact number, but from my perception and through the readings I read, materials, it's at least 20% plus people need to get infection. So like Sweden, they didn't close anything, but they had the highest death rate into the whole European countries, that. So I don't think we have the herd immunity.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Even though, like you, I just want to share that even though this governor and the mayor have a little dispute going on, governor allow that mayor or district, it is up. He says up to the district. Up to the district, if it's less than 3% infection rate, it is up to the district to open the school, and mayor can come up with a plan. But same time, he criticized with the mayor in marking by his plan. The hybrid plan is slim enough. The details, he says, look like a picture and list of school names. So he kind of like didn't like his plan at all, even though he gave him the authority. So it looked like is kind of still a cat and mouse going on. So we almost end of our show today, and it was a nice talking to you, gentlemen, both of you. I will ask you for one line short remark before we go. If you get called to in September 20th, are you going to join your job? Are you going to work?
Yes, I am going to work.
So you're ready to work?
Yes, I
am ready to work.
Yes, I am.
And you think it will be safe for you?
Because I think I should take according to the rules, regulation, I can maintain. I like to join school.
Yes, very good. Thank you very much. Same for you.
Well, to the parents and the community, my advice would be.
Are you going to go September?
My school already open. I already start teaching online from last Tuesday.
No, but the live. If you have a September 20 is a live.
My school district is going to open in October. I teach in outside the New York City. So my advice to the community members in Bangladeshi community in New York City is ask your gut feeling. Like ask yourself, like, do you feel it is safe? If you do not feel it is safe, you could keep your kids at home. Give them the computer, sit with them, work with them. There is going to be live class, and work with them. And it's not going to be that bad that the way you do a lot of things. But if you feel like you don't have laptops or internet, then you could do the hybrid process. So ask yourself. But I don't think it is safe yet to send the kids to the school until December.
আপনাদের দুজনকে আবার আমাদের চ্যানেল টিটি, আপনারা কি চ্যানেল টিটি দেখার সুযোগ হয়েছে? চ্যানেল টিটি সম্পর্কে আপনাদের অনুভূতি জানলে খুশি হতো।
It is a great openings, and I wish the TT channel, the expertise, our Quaz Bhai, he is an expert not only from here, from back in the country. I wish him good luck, and he's going to be good journey.
I appreciate him.
It is a very good. I'm so glad that I have, dear viewers, we have a great panel today. It seems every day is a deal breaker between mayor and the FTU, which is the Federation of Teacher Union, and parents, and it is not too late, our leader, to change the course to meet the urgency of the moment. Some educator, a politician have already proposed alternate plan, urging a phase approaching which prioritize access to building for the highest need of the young student. Hope New York City would be wise and listen to the expert. The Department of Education should listen to the expert. The truth is school was in 8 months ago is not same again, and it's not going to be same again. We have to reinvent education in a way that will historically change that way of education. The New York City Department of Education should spend the more time to develop the logical and realistic experience and way how we can develop our remote study, remote teaching, and that will solve the problem, because reality has changed. Pandemic has changed the whole world. Many things change. I can give you a long list, but the one thing is change is also how we can do our education, daily business, and we have to move forward with this new reality. So like government, like mayor, everybody wants to go back to school, but not until we address those deal breaker issues that addressing by the all the parents, addressing by the all teacher union. So meantime, we have to continue the conversation, and based on the reality, like we do today, everybody have to talk about it and find a healthy and safety way to reopen our school, where will be our next generation will go safe and soundly. I again wholeheartedly want to thanks Mr. Sheikh Al-Mamun, Professor Sheikh Al-Mamun, and also for Rahman Chaudhary for coming to the show today. And I want to thank you, all the viewers, for staying with us. And until the next week, I will want to say be healthy and happy. And please keep watching Channel TT, USA-based TV network at Roku TV. And you can also find us in Facebook.com/CTUSA, also YouTube.com/CTUSA. Until next week, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.